Brown here with Jerry Brown Travels, and I want to get back with you. I actually was shocked. I was taken back by some of the replies and comments that I got this week when after I posted that video on investing in Mexico on 8.25% return on your money. And some of the people replied, they said, Jerry, don't make videos about finances. Stick with what you do. Tell us about how we can get a cheap place to rent, how we can travel cheap, what places that are, the most reasonable. How can I get a place for $150 a month? How about $350 a month? Where can I get a cheap meal? They says, don't make videos about financing and that. And so I wanted to get, clear with you on what my direction is about that. Now, the week before, we had made a video on the 4% rule. And the 4% rule tells you that if you take out 4% of your portfolio, that money will last you for 25 years. In fact, it may last longer than that. And so I described things about financing in these last two videos. And the reason why is, let me just tell you, when we started making the videos, what our objective was, and still is to help you, help people who maybe, don't have a lot of money to retire on. Maybe they're only living on their little small pension, or maybe a Social Security. Where are they going to live? They can't live in the United States. My concern is that you don't live in the garage. You don't eat, canned dog food for your meals. You don't have to go to, $1 McDonald's and eat off of their menu. My objective is to help people as to give suggestions where you can retire with dignity and within your budget. And so when I touch on things like financing, what I am saying to the people, see, our audience, they range anywhere from about 40 years old up. And the 40-year-old is one that is planning for retirement. That's what those videos are made for. They're made for that particular person that's planning. They want to know how to use the financial tools to retire in. These are things that I found were helpful in my focus on retiring. So I'm just passing on that little bit of wisdom to the newcomers. For you that have done well and, you don't need that information. And so, again, the reason we started this was to help people who didn't have the resources to be able to, live in the United States and be able to pay for their own health care there, pay for medical bills there, and transportation and everything else that goes on there. So we're trying to give you alternatives, not only here in Mexico, but other places, Southeast Asia and other places also. Now, the other thing I wanted to clarify is one of the gentlemen in there says, well, Jerry, you're making so much money on YouTube. You don't need to worry about retiring. You got so much money. Okay, but let me tell you the way that works. YouTube, the way it works is they give us, the creators, a platform that we can make videos free. We don't have to pay them. And what is that to you? That means we can give you free videos. We can give you free information, and that's what we do. So we don't get paid by an outside source, to make these videos. We're not getting paid by Mexico to make these videos or anything like that. We're doing it out of a labor of love. And the way YouTube works is there are advertisements typically on everybody's channel, and you'll see those come up and you can skip those. But if you watch those videos, YouTube will give us like 1/10 of 1 penny for you watching that. Now they make all the money, and they have to, because how are they able to give free, videos to you people? So that's how they make their money. We're not getting the money, they're getting the money. And I have people come down here and say, oh man, you're making so much money and stuff like that. That is not true. The other thing I want to clarify, we're not rich people. Some people think, oh, you're so rich and everything else. And I think a lot of it is because they think we're making a huge amount of money on YouTube, but we're not. And as an example, we have over 300 videos, and out of those, I've calculated up, it takes us 25 hours on the average to make one 10-minute video. And you know what we're getting paid, that I've averaged it up over 3.5 years? We're getting paid 50 cents a video. 50 cents a video. So we're not getting rich on it. So I wanted to clarify that. You know, we live off of our Social Security. We don't even get a pension. So Lori and I live off our Social Security. Yes, we live in a nice house. And we have planned well, and that's why we make those videos, to help people who are looking at how to plan well, and we give them our information. So the other thing that I wanted to clarify with you is, why did I even make those videos? Well, when we made that one video where we were talking about buying or renting in Mexico, Alan shared the idea of investing in a bank in Mexico, getting this 8.25% return, and taking your money in there, and let's say you made $12,000 a year, he says you could then rent and pay, say $4,000 a year for your rent and live on $8,000. So we had a lot of requests, and so that is the reason that I made that particular video, and I thought that would be pretty interesting. Yes, and some people had some good comments saying that Mexico's maybe not safe, and that's correct. And I am clear in there that way of investing in buying a CD in Mexico, it only works if you live in Mexico. It doesn't work if you're thinking you can put the money in there and make 8.25%, because you're taking your dollars and you're exchanging them for pesos. And if you ever have to cash back into those dollars, you're not going to get back a dollar for dollar. They have a commission on that. Look at the video and you'll see what I mean about that. And and yes, Mexico has, over the years, it's had some troubles and stuff like that. Somebody just recently said, Google, Mexico economy. Well, then I wrote back and I says, well, Google, what was it called? Wells Fargo, and look at the mess they created for people, where they, bankrupt people and everything. Wells Fargo has not been a fair person in that. So you're taking chances wherever you invest in that regard. And so one of the other things that sort of was concerning to me is that I want to make videos that are helpful to you. And that's our objective. And I want to know what you would want, to help you and stuff like that. Something that's going to give you value, But not only you. When you make a suggestion, please give me a suggestion, maybe where you think of a lot of people, that may get value from it. And that's what we're looking for. So please, I thank you for letting me have this platform to share with you some of my ideas. And hopefully we are providing value for you. Lori and I really do want to assist you, and we want to make your life much better, because we are very grateful for the life we have. But remember, we chose to live in a country that fits our budget. And so that's always what we're trying to do. And I don't know everything. In fact, don't even listen to me. Always check it out. Make sure. I'm not a financial advisor. It's just things that I used in my own personal life, and those were very valuable to me to make sure that we had enough money to retire on in dignity. And so that's what I'm sharing with you. So I appreciate your time. Thanks again. Hey, please do me a favor. Please do me a favor. Would you please subscribe? We have over 3 million views, and we have 25,000 subscribers. And that's not a lot. So the little bit I ask from you is if you can subscribe, and that little 50 cents that I make per video will make me feel a lot better, because then I see that we're helping people. And that's the objective we want to do. Okay, great. Enough of this. Jerry Brown here with Jerry Brown Travels. Thank you. Please subscribe, thumbs up, and I know you'll want to make a comment on this video. Bye.